Google AdWords tutorial for beginners in 2016. Hello and welcome. RankYa YouTube channel does have video tutorials for Google AdWords 2016 user interface, the latest user interface, how to create campaigns step by step. But in this video session, I'm going to share with you some power tips that I believe you'll definitely find of use to you. When you log into your Google AdWords account, if you're beginning with AdWords, then you may be overwhelmed because there are so many different features for you to take advantage of. As you progress creating some campaigns by utilizing the insights in RankYa YouTube channel, then later on you may think, you know what, I have time resources, as in I'm limited with time, I want to quickly copy, paste, and create a new campaign. You can select the campaign that you'd like to copy by checking the box next to it. Then, while you're on Campaigns tab, press on Edit, press on Copy, uncheck that selection, then press on Paste. Let's do that. Here you have an option to pause new campaigns after pasting. That's what you would want to select, and then press on Paste. Basically 2 or 3 clicks, you've just copied the campaign that you know is doing great. Now you can go back in there into that copied campaign, make small adjustments, and then enable it quick and easily. You can do the same copy and paste method for your ad groups and for your ads as well, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's press on campaigns. Let's press on the sample campaign that I've created for this AdWords for beginners in 2016 video lesson. Let's press on settings. Here we have type, search network only, all features or standard features. We have different settings here. Then we have network, Google search partners. Now, these are absolutely important for you to understand before you take full advantage of AdWords. Let's go and take a look. Search partners. Google search partners are many different websites or platforms such as YouTube, Google Maps, and other Google sites, or websites like AOL and so on. They are either owned by Google or are in some sort of a partnership with Google. Google AdWords does allow you to tap into search partners as well, as in advertise your products and services to those people who are visiting search partners of Google. Then we have search network only. Search network, Google search network, is the biggest one on planet Earth, meaning there are thousands upon thousands of websites that you can advertise to. Let's imagine Google AdSense. I participate with Google AdSense program. That means on my blog, I use Google AdSense advertisement. As an advertiser, you then have the option to find many different websites that is participating in Google AdSense, and perhaps some of those websites are popular, perhaps they are the authority on internet, and then your ideal audience may go and visit those websites. Well, that website within Google Search Network is available for you to reach. Now, let me pass on some advice for you to consider. When you're utilizing display network advertisement, when you're utilizing search network, let's take a look at Google search. Remember, when people search Google, they are in a different mode. When people visit YouTube, they are in a completely different mode. When someone lands on a particular website that is participating in Google network, then they are in a different mode. When you're reaching people on the display network, Then create, where are we? Okay, let's go back to settings because I do not have search network with display select. Let's save that. Let's go to ads now. Now I can create image ads. When you advertise in the display network, start with image ads first because they grab the attention, whereby the text ads, they get buried in the page content. But as you saw, certain settings allow us to do that and certain settings do not. Let's take a look at display network. Yes, because we've selected that, giving us option. But if you say, you know what, I just want to advertise to people who are searching Google search box, then you select different settings here, okay? Devices. Devices are absolutely important in 2016. Yeah, most people end up saying to you, oh, you know what, mobile devices decrease your bid. Not smart. Because that's where Google is moving, mobile. That's why they removed the side ads. In 2016, we don't see any ads on the side anymore, right? But we have it here. Why is that? Because Google's thinking future now. Well, if Google is thinking future and you're using Google AdWords, then you and I have to think of the future as well. You can increase or decrease bids accordingly. Increase bids, let's say, by 20%. When someone uses their mobile device to search Google and land on your website. But remember this, mobile-friendly websites is absolutely critical. And most of these so-called SEO experts or web development experts tell you that if your website can pass Google mobile test tool, then your website is mobile friendly. That it doesn't work like that. Mobile friendly means the experience that you're providing your website visitors who use their mobile devices. From the time of they land on a website of yours, and from that moment till the conversion, as in your call to action, fulfillment, the experience between those times is called mobile friendly. And your job should always make sure to make that user interaction as easy, as pleasant as you can. In fact, I encourage you to just have one website that works perfectly on any device. That then will allow you to take full advantage of AdWords mobile settings as well, including ads. Let's press on this sample campaign. Let's press on this here. We can see, if we check this is how it's going to look on a mobile. And your ads will be given preference when someone uses mobile devices, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's go back to settings. Let's press locations. If you're a local business owner, right, then setting different settings here is absolutely critical. RankYa YouTube channel does have video session explaining all that stuff. Ad schedule is another great feature. You may say, you know what, show my ads between these time frames on certain days because that's when you do business. Make sense? That's when you would choose that. Let's go back to all settings. Okay, I want to show you that draft campaign because I have different settings on that one. Yes, location targeting. It's smart to perhaps create one ad for Australia, create another one for US, and so on, wherever your target audience is. But it's smart to separate them sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Let's take a look at bid strategy. In this draft campaign, let's change bid strategy. Here we have different settings. You can look at the tooltips. At the beginning, perhaps maximize clicks according to your budget. or enhanced cost per click may be ideal, but nonetheless, the others may be smart. Let's take a look at target outranking share. Let's press on that. You can create a new portfolio, and let's imagine this scenario. Let's imagine this is my website. This is my brand. This is my website. Let's imagine this mob is competing with me through Adwords. Then you can grab their URL, copy their domain, paste in there, say, you know what, out of 100 searches, I want to outrank them 90% or 50% and so on, or let's say 80%. And I'm willing to pay for that click $10 because I want to outrank them. Here. That's what you would do then. Or you can create a new portfolio when you're beginning, then later on you can create another campaign perhaps, and then outrank someone else. So you have that option. Cost per acquisition, you need conversion tracking enabled, and you need to look at how your ads are converting, and then optimize, repeat, optimize, test, and so on, because then you know what works better than the rest. Then you can select different targeting options here. CPA, how much does it cost to acquire that conversion? Follow up to double up rule. If you're making $10 per that conversion, go for 20 at the beginning. Once you have the data, then you can come back and say, you know what, that is worth $10 for me. Then later on, drop that down even more so that you can make more profits. Let's look at ROAS. You can read more about it. I'm not going to cover every single one of them. Or you can say manual cost per click. This definitely will, surely you may like to explore it, but it could be time consuming. Let's cancel that. Let's look at experiments, rotation, frequency. This is important. Optimize for clicks, depending on your budget. Optimize for conversion when you have enough data. Rotate evenly may be smart to begin with. Rotate indefinitely, perhaps for large advertisers. Frequency capping, absolutely critical. Let's say you're saying this, show 3 times impression. Show my ads 3 times, whether people click or not. Per day, per ad group, or per ad, or per this campaign. So that means same person doesn't see your ads 20 times. So you can play around with this setting. Experiments still in beta stage, but you may like to consider it. Keep in mind, you can also run A/B testing through analytics as well. RankYa YouTube channel has a video for you for that as well. So experiments is something new. You may like to experiment. Let Google AdWords control certain percentage of the ads, and then you have the control for the rest to see what works better than the other. IP exclusion, perhaps for large companies who know their network uses certain IP ranges. And let's imagine you have 100 workers going online, searching Google maybe, and then you say, you know what, I don't want my company employees seeing the ads. Then give the IP range for your company so that your ads are excluded from showing to your company network. Dynamic search ads, perhaps e-commerce site you have, and you have limited time resources. Grab your URL, place it in there, select the language, and let Google AdWords do the heavy lifting for you. Campaign URL options for tracking and so on, perhaps for large advertisers. Let's press on this particular example. Let's press on ads. Let's press on this pencil icon, Here, you can, if you want, this is the display URL. This can be different to the final URL. Final URL is the final landing page that people land on after they click your ads. So final URL has to always work. Final URL is here. This display URL, you can be a little bit more flexible by putting perhaps similar words to entice people to click your ads. Tracking, then you may like to test by creating a layer URL. Let me show you what that is all about as well. When you log into your web hosting manager, you can actually create 301 rules, redirecting a tracking URL that you create. And let's imagine this is the final URL that you're advertising. It's a final landing page you're advertising. You can create a test URL and redirect that test URL to the landing page that you're advertising. Then you can give the tracking URL that is being redirected by using this URL pattern, question mark, URL equals left curly brace, LPURL, landing page URL, that's what that means, and then close the curly brackets by using right curly bracket. Then you can test it to see, okay, the source is this, it's coming from this ad. Yes, of course it's not showing because I do not have that URL. Let's test that now. That means landing page URL is this, but now you can see through your log files that people have clicked this ad to land. So giving you a bit more insight. If you're a small business owner, you don't even have to go into that depth, okay? But that is there available for you. Now, you should 110% link your AdWords with analytics. When you have analytics, press on admin, press on tracking info, data collection, and make sure you read through the policies for remarketing. And then you can create audiences according to your niche. And then you can, let's go to shared library, because your AdWords is linked to analytics and you have analytics tracking code installed. Now you can tap into remarketing lists Google Analytics has created for you. That means someone lands on your landing page, Google Analytics tracks that. Maybe that visitor was in a research mode in the buying cycle. Analytics track that, and Google AdWords allow you to re-advertise to those people, as in your target audience. And that is powerful advertisement. And Google AdWords allow you to tap into that. Keep in mind, RankYa blog has Google AdWords Masterclass course you may like to consider learning from. For a small fee, I believe it's worth it. Nonetheless, RankYa YouTube channel has great videos for AdWords, analytics, Google Webmaster Tools, Google AdWords tutorial for beginners in 2016. I hope this video session has contributed to your knowledge about using Google AdWords, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.